Howdy, man.
And I'm Chris. And it's so funny. How you doing this week?
I did some DoorDash today.
You got a DoorDash.
Yeah,
You
I
could
finally
DoorDash.
got off the wait list.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
It
Very
was,
good.
for the longest time, it was telling me I couldn't. There's too many dashers in my area.
You were too tall to ride the roller coaster that is DoorDash.
More like too wide.
Wide?
That's actually happened to me.
Are you saying?
I've been too fat for roller coasters.
Really?
That's why I stopped going to amusement parks.
There's an infamous Kevin Smith thing, like the director of
I'm
Clerks
aware
and
who
stuff,
Kevin Smith is.
where he got kicked off of a plane because he was too fat. And
I was deathly afraid of that before the first time I fly.
Really?
Because I couldn't go on roller coasters.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
I'm just gonna get kicked off this plane.
Yeah, they said he was too. That's where this phrase "too fat to fly" comes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
sure,
that was
yeah.
a phrase.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, either way, I did make it through my first flight, and several since then.
Wow,
There was one flight.
sounds terrible.
There was one flight where I couldn't get it to buckle, so I just kind of laid it over me, like had my hand like right here where it's supposed to be buckled, and the flight attendant said nothing. I was not buckled in for the entire flight. I don't know if that's a good thing or.
You see, here's the other crazy thing. Whenever I'm in a car and I'm in like the back seat, I don't wear like a seatbelt.
I don't anywhere, which is probably not a good thing to admit.
It's like saying that you do drugs or like underage drinking and stuff like that. Unless the police
I didn't
catch
do
you
that.
doing it.
I didn't do underage drinking.
Yeah, that's
Fun fact, I actually did not consume any alcohol until my 21st birthday.
wild to think about.
I'm being serious, too. A lot of people don't believe me when I say it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done that many a time. But anyway, yeah, unless they like catch you in the act and stuff like that, then there's nothing they can do. It's all hearsay. Heresy is known as.
Hearsay and heresy are not the same thing.
They are spelled the same way.
Not the same thing.
Spelled the same way.
Also, I don't even know if they're spelled the same way.
Pretty sure. Could have swore.
I don't think so.
I'd swear.
Oh, maybe they are.
Fuck. That's one of them.
Oh, what's
Shit.
another one? Oh, okay.
Ass.
Just a couple more examples. Just rattle them off.
What's the George Carlin bit? Like the 9 words you can't say on TV.
Don't know. Can you say them here?
Piss, shit, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
Tits.
I don't think you can say the other one though. The C word there. Pretty sure that.
Cunt?
Yeah, I thought that was like frowned upon or no.
Did you say the C word?
Yeah. Well, I said cunt earlier, so I'm gonna say it 3 more times in case we need to blur it out.
That one is like oddly it's got a weird What am I stuck on? It's got a weird status in American culture.
Weird.
Because I feel like
8 o'clock news.
in a lot of other countries, it's like functionally meaningless.
Yeah.
Australia, Scotland, the primary suspects.
Yeah, they're not.
But here it's like an actual swear. Like those other
Yeah.
ones are like kind of swear words, and that one's like an actual swear word.
Like that's the only one that like if my mother overhears it, she'd be like, "Hey."
Oh, we just said that a lot.
Huh? Yeah,
I'm
sure.
sorry, Christian's
yeah, you
mom.
know. Just pretend that I'm saying cranberry every time.
That's my bad. I instigated that. I apologize. I wasn't apologizing to you, to clarify.
Oh no.
What was I talking about?
You'd swear. I was swearing to something.
Oh, DoorDash is
DoorDash. That's right. We
It was
got
okay.
so off track.
Honestly,
Good
the
God.
Dasher app sucks. It sucks balls. I hate the
Really?
Dasher app. It just does not work. I could not get it to load this person's address. Or, like, it showed me the address, but it would not load the directions. Like, the app completely crashed, like, twice. So I just happened to, like, memorize the address when I saw it. So I just put it into, like, Waze and...
I mean, that's what I would do anyway, because like I don't really trust like many apps other than like Google Maps to do that kind of stuff anyway.
It's powered by Google Maps.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's weird.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah, Google Maps is the one thing that has never failed me. Even MapQuest failed me once, which is surprising. But
I haven't used MapQuest since we were like printing out directions.
yeah, we used
Remember
to.
that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Anybody else remember that?
100%.
Type MapQuest in the comments if you remember that.
Yeah, MapQuest. That's MAPQUEST. I know neither of you know what either of those things are. Are what 7 viewers, but I'm sure that there's this resource that you can find out what those things were.
I mean, I'm pretty sure your mom knows what MapQuest is.
Oh yeah. Do you think she's 7 of our viewers? I know 2 of them are at least you and me.
Actually, I haven't watched it in weeks.
Huh, really?
Yeah, genuinely.
You can't look? Look away.
I haven't opened it in weeks.
That's encouraging.
Is it?
Yeah, it means that like there's another view that could be on the videos if you just get on your shit.
That could be said about a lot of aspects of my life.
Oh man.
What
Wow.
else happened? Oh, so I was at work the other day.
Yeah.
And so I was doing like web orders. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just sorting through the stuff on my cart.
Right.
And there's people doing a wine tasting behind me. And it's not one of our wine tastings. It's one of the ones where a taster comes in from an outside company.
Like a beer back, yeah.
What?
Like a beer back.
Beer back?
Yeah.
Never heard that phrase.
So essentially, or no, bar back, right? My bad. It's like a bartender, but like they don't serve alcohol. They come in to bring in the beer when like a bar like runs out of like certain kind of beer and stuff like that. So they're a bar back. They like bring it up. You know what I mean? It's usually for like smaller bars that like don't have a lot of supply.
So it's nothing like that.
They don't bring their own shit, or they just...
No, they use ours. Yeah.
Oh.
But like they work for another company that is tasting their products. I think this guy worked
Okay.
for Teutons, so he was tasting a lot of Bordeaux.
Okay. Interesting.
But here's the thing, though, right?
So wait, did they work for the company that tastes?
They
the
work
wine
for
out?
the other company. They don't work for us.
Okay, gotcha. So
we
they
do
work for the
our
wine
own
company.
tastings
Gotcha.
with our own employees, but sometimes they send in from a different company.
Right. I didn't know if there was just like a company with like a bunch of sommeliers in it that would like go around and be just like, they paid us enough to make us to have people taste this wine. Here you go. Here's why it's good. Haha.
I mean, so they're not
And that's the whole
sommeliers
company.
at all.
I see. But like independent of like the wine manufacturer and stuff entirely. Just like a bunch of people who drink wine all day for like.
I mean, I think some of them do that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's fair.
But like with this guy, he had a manila folder with just descriptions of the wines, and
Yeah.
I saw him every now and then just, yeah, this one's gonna be dry, have a little bit of a nutty finish. But this customer that's talking to him, he just tried one of the Bordeaux's, and I swear to God, he sounded exactly like Patrick Bateman.
This Bordeaux is tasty. Delicious.
So it's better.
Yes.
Because he was like, this reminds me when me and my wife would stay in Paris at our condominium for about a week before we went on vacation in the countryside.
Yes.
And there was this wonderful place we would go and get a bottle of Bordeaux and a pepperoni pizza. And it was just absolutely, and then this was the killer. This was the killer. Scrumptious.
Scrumptious. Oh my God.
I'm like,
Jesus
this guy's a
Christ.
serial killer.
It's like this
He's
guy.
a rich serial killer.
This guy watches himself fuck women in a mirror. Yeah.
Who's the champ?
Oh my God.
The part that
My
killed
sister
me.
loves that movie.
The part that
Yeah.
killed me was just like we would spend a week in Paris before our vacation started, just to warm up.
What a pregame, huh? Like, goddamn. I've heard of like taking a shot of vodka before you like go out for a night on the town, like heavy drinking and stuff
Yeah,
like that. But like, holy shit. It's like, we're gonna be abroad for a while. Let's spend a week in Paris. Just get our feet wet.
Just get it limbered
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Foreign soil, really, in between the toes.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. All right. Off to India.
Also, one of my new coworkers tried to tell me that we were mispronouncing the word Bordeaux, which is technically true, but shut up.
That's how it is.
Well, technically it's Bordeaux. Bordeaux, right? But nobody cares. I don't care. I didn't ask.
France is just like for France talk. French, the language is just English, but like, is it if you pronounce everything wrong and then also have a cold?
No, but so she brought this up, said that we were mispronouncing it. I was like, oh, parlez-vous français? And she's like, no, I don't speak French. I was like, oh, mais je parle français. And I say Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Bordeaux.
I also brought up the counterpoint that, like, by that logic, we are also saying Pinot Noir wrong.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
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 So
I love watching
Pinot Noir is kind
noir
of
films.
Pinot Noir is kind of a litmus test of a wine.
Because I've had one.
No. Just by how people say it.
Ah.
If you walk up to me and ask for where the Pinot Noir is, I know that you're just like really annoying, really full of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you bothered to pronounce noir correctly, but you don't know that Pinot is wrong.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir is another good one.
Or goddamn Pinot Noir.
It's either Pinot Noir or Pinot Noir.
Yeah. Or Chardonnay.
Pinot Noir. I know that you just like Bush and your wife sent you.
Yeah, I know. She liked that fancy stuff.
Pinot Noir.
Or Pinot Noir. I prefer a Gansett myself.
No, none of them drink Gansett.
Huh?
We're not far enough north for Gansett to be that popular.
A particular coworker of ours that we used to have that ate tangerines a lot.
He's a big Gansett.
He's a huge Gansett.
Yeah, but he's
guy.
also from upstate New York.
Yeah.
So like, or actually, I think he's from New York City.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he is.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah, he's from New York. Wow. That's exactly it.
He is a tangerine fiend, bro.
Yeah, he's. That's the T-shirt that I'm going to get him.
What?
I'm going to purchase him a custom-made T-shirt and be just like, here you go, the Tangerine Fiend. You think you'd take that well?
I don't know. I think he'd be very confused, probably.
I mean, he just repeats all that kind of stuff, like the stuff that.
I could very easily see him spending the next like 4 days just like working on the fryer or something. Tangerine Fiend.
Tangerine Fiend. Ha. Who'da thunk it?
Tangerine Fiend.
Well,
every
there
time
you
he
go.
sees you, he's just gonna say it.
He's like, "Hey, Tangerine Fiend." Like, legitimately, like he Did we talk about Austin in this podcast?
Yeah, Austin's in the funny words.
I have a phrase, like whenever I'm at work, I'm just like, "Oh, that's fair," like I'll say that a lot.
That's
I
fair.
just say that a lot in conversation anyway, and stuff like that. But
State fair.
he has taken this to like the newest level, just like, "Oh yeah, that's fair. That's real fair," like, "Oh, that's fair." Like he'll just say that to anything.
You make him
know what I
sound
mean?
sort of Canadian.
Huh? Yeah, he kind of is, kind of
He's not.
sounding. He's like Henry Winkler, but if he was like way New York. He looks like Henry Winkler.
Anyways.
Anyway, but like he'll say that, and then Austin's phrase is just like, "That's hot."
That's hot.
Yeah, I'm like, I heard him say that once.
Okay.
Yeah, just like I was like, "Oh, I just took the pizza out of the oven. Doesn't it look good?" He's like, "That's hot. That's real good stuff."
That's hot.
Yeah. Oh man. But my coworker that I got to do the June 4th thing, he fucking has like perpetrated the most of them recently.
Oh, that's
because
hot?
no, of just like things that he'll make people say because he says them a lot himself. So he listens to a lot of rap music.
Oh.
And he'll just say like ad libs all the time and stuff like that. And the most popular one is just like him being like 25-8, and then like, oh god damn it, just be fuck, just be fuck, just be he keeps saying 25-8, 25-8. You got that pizza ready? 25-8.
What does that mean?
I have no fucking clue. I have not a singular idea. By the way, I do apologize for continuously saying his name.
That's fine.
We just have to cut that whole fucking thing.
It's okay.
Oh God.
We'll make it work.
I was doing so well for like that whole period of time beforehand, and then just
It's okay. Just shut up.
the deed is done. Oh man. But anything else happened with you this week?
So not this week, but relatively recently,
Yes.
Alex and I went and saw the One Piece movie.
Yeah, you did.
I feel like I mentioned that on here, but I didn't really talk about it in depth.
I don't even know if you mentioned it, actually. I think you forgot to mention it.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
And I'm still not going to talk about it in depth, but all I'm going to say is I was listening to that soundtrack so much.
Yeah.
I really like the soundtrack. So,
You sent me a few, and it was really good.
oh, excuse
Ooh,
me.
whoa.
That was a rough one.
Whoa.
I contacted an expert in the field.
Oh, Jesus.
I texted Draven.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And to clarify, I mean Draven, not Draven, right?
Ah.
Sometimes it's Draven, but it's not Draven, right?
Right.
I mean, we're talking about Draven,
Yes.
not Draven.
Yes. It's not a part of the league.
Welcome to the League of Draven.
Yes.
Anyways,
I'm familiar.
because you know
Yep.
Draven is and I asked them, do you consider yourself to be a J-pop / J-rock enjoyer?
Yes.
They said for sure. So I was like,
sure.
all right, here's this album, listen to it, get back to me. Took them a bit to get back to me. I'm not gonna lie, looking at you, but that's okay. They did it eventually. Is why I didn't mention it last week,
Yes.
because they didn't get back to me.
25-8.
And what?
Huh?
The text that they sent back is, and I quote, "Yeah, no, this straight fucks."
Yeah, no, this straight fucks.
So I was right, because Draven has nothing to do with One Piece, from what I know.
Yeah.
So it's just from purely a like J-rock, J-pop standpoint. Yep.
J-pop.
I was right.
Hell yeah.
I am the big wiener.
Can we get much higher?
Oh no, Mom found the cock piece edits.
No. I think I sent you that one image and shit that a good friend of mine sent me. The Stone Ocean is real. And then just the one, like, I just imagined like the Kanye song for that is like the bridge to On Site, where it's like, "Oh, you gave us what we need." It's like, oh,
Stone
dude,
Ocean
this is real. Wouldn't a desert be a stone ocean?
I don't know. So it's a JoJo part. That's all I know.
It's an ocean of stones.
It's a JoJo part.
Anyway.
You know, millions of years there used to be an ocean where Chablis is now.
Chablis. I've been talking about Chablis a lot.
I don't know what's up with you and Chablis.
I watched one, well, I've seen all the Top Gear specials, but one Top Gear special in particular was when they drove to the North Pole in a truck, and they did, you know. Spoiler, I guess, if you wanted to see that. But, yeah, they accomplished it, and fucking one of the days that they were going, because they had been drinking, well, obviously water, but solely, like, G&T's, gin and tonics, up until that time.
I know what a G&T is.
Uh-huh. And Jeremy was, like, super depressed about, like, you know, maybe not making it before, because Richard Hammond was going the traditional way with, like, dogs and, like, a sled and shit like that, and they were trying to beat him to the North Pole. And he was getting really worried because like Richard Hammond said he was like kind of closing in on their location. So James May was trying to cheer him up, being just like, "Oh, look, I've got some oysters that I'm going to cook up on this thing." And he's just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I've got some caviar right here." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And he's like, "I've also got this." And he's like, "You brought the Chablis." Oh, I've only had gin for days. He's just like weeping and sobbing. And they had a grand old time.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I know. That's the only thing that I know about
It does
Chablis.
go well with oysters.
Ah. They also had foie gras, which is duck liver, I think.
A goose.
Goose. Yeah. My sister. Why did my doors get so dark? What was?
Are you
What the
dying?
fuck's going on? I don't know. I think I had something in my throat.
28 days later.
25-8. I don't know why it's so funny to me. He just says it all the time. God damn. Just anytime he wants like to tell us to have a sense of urgency, you know what I mean? He's just like 25-8, 25-8. Come on, let's go. It's insane. But yeah. Are you okay?
25 or 6-4.
Anyway, my sister was gonna go with her friend to go see Wakanda Forever. Okay.
Still need to see that.
She hadn't seen Black Panther.
Why would you go see Wakanda Forever?
We saw Black Panther the night before she went to go see Wakanda.
Oh, okay. Makes more sense now.
Yes. If you hold on.
Just grasp onto it for one more moment.
Now, I hadn't seen Black Panther either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising.
Is it?
I feel like it was a big deal when it came out.
It's a Marvel movie. I mean, like,
That's fair.
it's not a drop everything and be like, oh my god. I'm sure it is for a lot of people, but like, that's never been a thing for me. And like, it was really not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Black Panther was a fine movie.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
have
solid
a ton
like,
of issues with it.
it's like a solid like 3.5 out of 5 maybe. There's a lot of CG in it, and a lot of it doesn't look good. I know I'm saying the really, really hot takes for a lot of people, but like, I like what the film was doing. I like the story. The story was pretty good.
Oh, that did remind you. You bringing up that reminded me. You remember when Black Panther came out? And it was a big deal because it had like 100%.
Yeah.
99% on, like,
Oh, and
Rotten
everybody
Tomatoes.
was seeing it, like big fucking box office. Like I think it broke records immediately.
So, flash forward to now.
To now,
The Woman King came out.
yeah.
And I've only seen one person talk about this. I have yet to confirm whether or not this is true. But as far as I gather, Rotten Tomatoes was caught red-handed generating bot reviews for The Woman King.
Really, that is interesting.
Because like every other rating service was kind of dunking on it.
That's fair.
But Rotten Tomatoes was like 99% must watch.
Get in there.
And like this guy was like scrolling through some of the reviews, and none of the people reviewing
Much good, such yaya.
None of the people reviewing had like profile pictures. They were all just the generic one, and they all had very, very short reviews that had nothing to do with the movie. I mean, so like there was a lot of them that specifically talked about Viola Davis.
Yeah.
But that was it. And like there was a lot of them that were like so action packed and loved the action. But then like he showed one that was like a full size review from like, you know, a guy that's clearly a real person.
Yeah.
And in the review he says that the action was lackluster and that and that there was like long spans of time with no action.
Yeah, there was just nothing going on.
But then he just like cuts back to the other review where it's just like action packed, and he's like, really?
It's like you will never stop having action.
Really? It's action packed, was it?
The only movie. So like, here's the thing: when people say action packed, like, and I'll get back to the Black Panther thing in just a second.
Oh, I forgot about the Black Panther thing.
I'll do two for just a second. Whenever somebody says action packed, I assume that means that it is packed with action to the point that like almost nothing else in the film can exist. And like that's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing.
That seems extreme to me. I don't know that I assumed that.
Like I would describe a film as action, like full of action, if if there was like mostly action that happened. You know what I mean? Like Terminator 2 Judgment Day is full of action. Okay. But I wouldn't say that it is action packed because there is more than just action in the movie.
So I think I disagree with your definition of action packed. Honestly.
Well, here's the thing: the only movies that have necessarily met my definition of action packed are the Crank movies.
Never heard of it.
Huh? You've never seen the Crank movies? Essentially, here's the premise for you. Okay, Jason Statham has been injected with, or no. I think in the second one he was injected with drugs. The first one they put like a machine on his heart, and if it goes below a certain like BPM and stuff like that, he dies. Okay.
So it's speed, but
with your heart. So he's doing all kinds of shit to like get his heart up, like having sex with people in public places, hitting golf balls at cars, running the opposite way in the street. Like it is literally like every single moment of this film is literally just like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? Like he
doesn't sound like a good movie.
Oh, it is so fun. It's really dumb, but that's the point. Like they knew what they made. You know what I mean? The second one is Crank 2 High Voltage, and it's the same premise, except he must continuously, keep almost electrocuting himself, you know what I mean, to like, get up his shit. But yeah.
That could be read into a lot of different ways.
But yeah, I think that those movies are truly action-packed in my mind. But yeah.
I think you're being too strict on the term action-packed.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
So for me, it's just a movie that has a sense of urgency to it, right? It's a movie that's constantly going towards something else. Even in the moments where there isn't necessarily action, it's building up to the next action sequence.
Okay.
So Terminator 2 is in fact action-packed, and you are incorrect.
I don't know. I think that's just like a definition.
Because even in the slower parts, it's slower deliberately getting ready for the fast part, right? And the movie never drags. The movie is constantly has a forward momentum. It's action-packed.
I don't know. Because to me, action is an action set piece.
They say action every time they start the camera, Christian.
Okay, Ian. Back to Black Panther. Anyway. I'm done with this.
I'm just saying, you're making too many little boxes. You gotta free your mind.
That's fair. Free your mind. That's an action-filled movie. Anyway, just the hard swallow there was great. I really hope we caught that on camera. Black Panther. It's a decent movie. It is above average. It is not average in any way.
Well,
I would
it's certainly
say
better than Age of Ultron. And
I like it more than Age of
movie,
Ultron.
all those poopy movies.
Oh yeah, like almost all of them are better than the first two Thor movies.
The first Thor movie, I sort of give a pass.
Do you? Yeah. What happened to it?
This is the origin of the MCU Thor, man.
You know,
I'm always a lot more lenient on superhero origin stories.
Interesting.
Because they're gonna be cheesy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if a movie is like cheesy, that's like the fault of like the direction.
I don't know.
Like you can make anything serious if you wanted to.
It's a superhero movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen plenty of great superhero debuts. We give Thor 1 a pass, but like, do we need to give Iron Man the same pass?
Oh yeah, I thought Iron Man was fine.
Huh? I thought Iron Man was really, really good. Like the first one.
Yeah.
But like, so here's like, I think Thor is like kind of not good, but like you're giving it a pass.
I don't know. I didn't hate it when I saw it.
Fair enough. Might need to do a
in the same way, I didn't hate Aquaman. I kind of liked the Aquaman movie.
Aquaman was okay.
A lot of people claim that was way too cheesy, but it's a superhero origin movie. Get over it.
Was that Zack Snyder?
You know, I don't know if it was Zack Snyder. I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It might have been, but it seemed a little too bright for his liking.
Yeah, he does like those washed out colors, doesn't he? Yeah, I found out recently that he directed the Legends of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah. He made.
I feel like I reference that movie all the time. Nobody ever gets it.
I have the PS3 game.
I'm so happy.
You should play that at some point. Oh man, but yeah. Yeah, and
Why did I just get 16 messages from Alex instantly?
oh god, they're probably all manga recommendations.
It's all stickers
Oh, I see.
because it's line. It's all of Ace cheering. Oh, and then Frankie going super,
Ace Frehley
and then
for the band Kiss.
and then me RN.
But yeah, I think the Black Panther is like a step above the Amazing Spider-Man. I gave the Amazing Spider-Man a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna give Black Panther a
Surprised you gave
3.5.
Amazing Spider-Man that much.
Huh?
Granted,
The first one's decent.
I guess we're back to my origin thing, but like,
The first one is
don't they assume
total middle
don't
of
they
the road.
assume in Amazing Spider-Man that he's already been Spider-Man, right? It's
No.
not like an origin, right?
No, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's the origin, but it's like done poorly. Well, I mean, at least comparatively to the Raimi one.
I was about to say Spider-Man is a hard one because they've done it so many times.
Yeah, and like it was done super well, and like almost like body horror, like in the first one and shit. It's like wow, like
Body horror.
Yeah, when he has like the nightmare and stuff like that, and just like flying skulls and shit. He's like ah. And then even the Green Goblin origin's fucking terrifine, you know?
Did you watch the
back to
McRib?
formula?
Did you watch the McRib edit I sent you?
Yeah.
I loved every second of that.
Shit was great.
Raimi, this is literally just about the McRib.
Oh man, but yeah, I thought there were some cool visuals in Black Panther. Some of the story shit didn't make any fucking sense.
Killmonger was a good villain.
Killmonger was a really good villain, but fucking M'Baku being like,
I think it's M'Baku.
M'Baku.
I think it's M'Baku.
M'Baku. I see. I thought it was just M'Baku.
Yeah, M'Baku.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was
No,
like
M'Baku.
Well, that's what I said.
No, you said M'Baku.
Was that not the same thing?
No, it's M'Baku.
Okay. M'Baku. I thought M'Baku. Saying no to fucking Chadwick, like, for helping him, like, when he gets, like, resurrected and shit. It's like... You
Wait,
only...
Hold on, what?
Huh? Well, he's just like, I could really use your help. And he's just like, no, I won't help you. Like, that's, like, almost the word-for-word verbatim out of his mouth, what he says. And then he leaves, and immediately I'm just like, so is that just setting up him coming back to help?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even give a reason for not helping, just so he could be like, I saved the day.
I mean,
But that was
I
really
feel like
dumb.
the reason was, like, political, but then, like, he thought about it, and he was like, oh, this is a waste of time to be political right now.
What's political about it?
I mean, you watched the beginning of the movie, didn't you?
Yeah, but he beat him. And then he had the opportunity to take the throne, and then he humbled himself and was like, nah, let me give fucking Chadwick the thing. We found him. Here he is. He's still alive and stuff like that. I thought he had, like, already been over that.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It seemed like his arc had already, like, fucking completed and shit, but he's just like, no, I need more. Look, I'm a bad guy, but I'm also good now. Okay. It's like, I thought that's what it was to begin with, but we had
Also,
a double.
Kendrick Lamar was on a song in that movie. It was a
He
pretty
did,
good song.
like, every song on that movie.
Yeah, no, but one of them was like a lot of people. What is the one I'm thinking of? King's Dead, I think.
Yeah. La-di-da-di-da.
There's like a lot of people on that song.
Yeah,
I just
it's-
remember the Kendrick part.
Well, it's him, J-Rock, and Future.
That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
That's why I thought it wasn't like a Kendrick song because it's listed as a J-Rock song on Spotify.
That's fair. Yeah.
So
But Kendrick does the chorus, and he has the best verse, so I'd say it's Kendrick's.
it's a Kendrick song.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, Black Panther stands. Don't crucify me in the comments. I thought it was okay.
Are there any stands?
Huh? Oh, people fucking vehemently love that movie, and
fair
like
enough,
think
I
of it
guess.
as the second coming of Christ.
Who'da
But
thought it
I
was a
like
good
Black
movie?
Adam more. So I rated it higher.
Black Adam was a good movie too.
Anyway, last night I decided I was going to watch my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
I had Vinny's Italian Grill for dinner.
Did you? That sounds awesome. I haven't eaten at fucking Vinny's in forever. Which one did you have?
What?
Or what did you have from Vinny's?
Just the original Vinny's calzone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's one up in like King George that I used to go to a bunch, but I don't know.
Why
I
don't you know?
don't even know if it's still there. Huh? Well, I haven't been there in forever.
Just got a text from Top Golf.
Top Golf.
Yeah, Top Golf.
What did they say?
It was just a promotion.
This promotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just promoting Top Golf.
What do you think my favorite Indiana Jones film is?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No. CGI groundhog. What the fuck? The refrigerator's lined with lead. I can survive a nuclear explosion.
Temple of Doom.
No, that's my dad's favorite.
Last Crusade.
Yeah, I love Last Crusade. Last Crusade's fucking cool as shit.
It was like there's only like 2 options left.
The best one, or the one that he probably likes the most. I have no problem with conceding and saying that, like, yeah, Raiders is probably the best movie in like all of fucking Indiana Jonesdom and shit like that. But like, I just like Last Crusade more. It's just way more action packed.
Haha. I win.
You only win because it's
Ladies and gentlemen, you've witnessed the victory of Ian.
You only win because it's nicer to say than full of action. Action packed has just been,
So
even though
you've
it's not
been willing to
necessarily-
say full of action this whole time, which is the same thing as action packed.
Yeah. Packed full of action. Anyway, yeah, no, I fucking love that movie. That movie has like everything that I remember from the Indiana Jones series and stuff like that. Like when he goes to Germany and stuff like that to like grab the journal, and then he ends up going to the book burning
doesn't
thing.
Have the small Chinese boy.
No. You mean Data from the Goonies?
Yeah.
That's
You mean the guy from Everywhere All at Once?
Yeah, Everything Everywhere at Once. I still need to watch that.
I haven't seen it either.
I have it on Blu-ray.
You call yourself a cinephile.
I fucking. How many movies come out and like have already come out that I still need to see?
Yeah, but that one was like a big deal, wasn't it? Everybody
yeah.
like loved that movie.
Yeah.
Watch it.
That's fair.
I mean, I haven't seen it either, but I don't call myself a cinephile.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm just I still need to watch Deathly Hallows 2.
You've never seen Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Nope.
Huh.
Going to. I know it happens in it, but I saw Deathly Hallows Part 1 and I liked it a lot. Really good. But yeah, Last Crusade's fantastic.
That was the midnight release of Deathly Hallows Part 2.
That must have been cool.
I was in the midnight release for all of them from Order of the Phoenix onward.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I never saw any of them in the theater.
Hmm.
I had the DVD releases of 1 through
I think
4.
Half-Blood Prince, or maybe Deathly Hallows Part 1. I don't remember which one now. But one of those was the first time I ever sat in the 21 and over section of Paragon.
Huh.
And it was before I was 21.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, those movies came out a while ago. And you're only, like, what, 25 now?
I'm not even 25.
Oh,
Why are
okay.
you trying to age me, bro?
Huh? I don't know. I don't know anything.
I'm 24.
24. And I'm 22.
The Taylor Swift age.
Well, she has, like, many songs where she talks about, like, her age, but, like, yeah.
Yeah, but that one is...
That's fair.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been fucking eating the entire world, huh? Just, like, everybody's listening to her fucking music, huh?
So, my wine
Where's
supervisor...
Tool when you need him?
Well, my wine supervisor, I found
Yeah.
that he's apparently a really big Taylor Swift fan, always has been. And he was really bummed out because apparently there's like I don't know how exactly it works, but you had to be like randomly selected in order to pre-order tickets to her big show that's coming up.
Okay.
And he was not selected. He was so bummed out. And I just like opened up Instagram and my sister was, and I was like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
You've been selected. You've got a golden ticket. You're going to go see Taylor Swift.
Now you get to spend money.
You're allowed to spend money before the other ones. Haha.
Yeah, but it's a show in like Nashville or something.
Yeah.
So my sister,
I think
my
Nashville,
sister,
I think
my
Taylor
sister's
Swift.
post was just like, now I get to go line dancing and see Taylor Swift in the same weekend. I was like,
Line dancing.
why?
Oh, God. I was seeing.
I was surprised that Taylor Swift concerts in Nashville. She's not exactly country anymore.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, when I think of Nashville, I think Taylor Swift, man. Oh man.
Maybe once upon a time.
Huh? No.
Yeah, at the beginning she was definitely more country.
Yeah, but when I think Nashville, I think of like really washed up fucking country musicians who are just like have nowhere else to go in life.
I thought that was like the hub of country music.
Huh? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just imagine that Kenny Chesney like fucking.
I feel like most country singers are from Georgia but perform in Nashville.
I feel like Kenny Chesney, Toby Keith, and like Trace McGraw or whatever the fuck. Trace Adams?
Atkins?
Trace Adkins, that guy. They all just like sit on different corners of the street in Nashville and they're just like, oh my god, that's that guy from the early 2000s. And then that used to be fucking Billy Ray Cyrus, but then he was brought up from the depths by Lil Nas X.
Is he popular again?
I don't fucking know.
Is he making music yet?
Huh, I don't know. I know he did a cover of Achy Breaky Heart with Miley Cyrus that was really bad the year before Old Town Road came out.
I was about to say, wait a second. How could he cover his own song?
Yeah, like he was playing the guitar and like doing the background vocals, but then like Miley Cyrus is doing the "Oh my achy breaky heart," like you know how that like that voice that she has.
Father-son bonding.
Father-son bonding, yeah, totally.
Wait a second.
Yeah, man, get it.
Father-daughter bonding. Whatever.
It's funny.
What was that? Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus was featured on a Lil Nas X song. It was actually not bad.
Interesting. Like she puts out good music. You know what I mean?
I don't know the last time I listened to a Miley Cyrus song.
I don't know. I like that one song of hers when she finally got over her like a fucking crazy phase.
Rebellious phase.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah, but like it was called Malibu. Oh, it was really good. Yeah,
Like
that
the
song.
rum.
Huh, I have no idea. I think she was just talking about the place.
It could be the rum.
Because she said in Malibu. I don't think she's like.
It's just like this conversation we had earlier.
She
You brought up Chablis. I was like, of all places, and you're like, no, of all things. Well, counterpoint, Malibu rum.
I hate you.
Good.
Is that your job? Is that all you're gonna do?
Anyways.
Man. But I told you recently that I watched that video essay on Mr. Francis Ford Coppola. Yes. That guy's fucking crazy, but like in a good way. But like I like the stuff that he went through to like do the things that he did, like fucking nuts, man. Did you watch either of those videos yet or no?
No.
He like started to, like at a certain point with Apocalypse Now when he was directing it, he was like just carrying a 38 around with him on set and like occasionally just pointing it at his head and just being like, I could end this now. I could, you know, I could stop directing this movie.
It was like a 38 special to the head.
Yeah, and people like had to talk him out of it. And then Martin Sheen, while filming the movie, you know, had like he had a heart attack and like died while filming, and then like they brought him back from death from like a minute or two, and they were just like, oh, and now he's still alive. And then he was Uncle Ben in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
You didn't realize that, did you? My favorite part of that movie is like, it's like an unintended comedy moment, but like when Uncle Ben gets shot, because, you know, he does. Okay, spoiler alert, but like everybody knows what happens in fucking Spider-Man and shit. Fucking Peter finds him on the ground, and Andrew Garfield, you know what I mean? And he's just like, oh my God, have you been shot? You know, it's like, and then he says Uncle Ben, but he says it twice in a row and with the same intonation both times. So he's like, Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben. And it fucking kills me every goddamn time. It's like, who speaks like that? Your uncle was just shot in front of you. You're just like, Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben. And he's just like, I also like how they couldn't say with great power comes great responsibility.
What?
Huh? They didn't say that in the movie.
Why not?
Huh? I don't know.
That's
Maybe
like the Uncle Ben thing.
Yeah, but like he said the approximation of that. He's just like, when a person has certain abilities to be able to perform certain things, it is his moral obligation to perform those things.
So with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, but
Just say the line, Bart.
I think
Just say the line.
I think there was something about like another company like owning the line, and they weren't involved with this
How
particular
is that
production.
even possible?
I have not a clue. Not a clue. But I know that they couldn't use it.
That's so stupid.
And they also couldn't use it in the fucking Tom Holland one. So he says an approximation of it in Homecoming.
I don't remember.
Well, he's just like, when you can do the things I do, and then the bad things happen, they happen because of you, you know?
I guess you could say it's an approximation of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I'm like, Yeah. Yeah. Spider-Man. Oh, but anyway, the Fresh Prince for Coppola. Apparently, it's been years since he's made a movie. You know what I mean? After he made, I think his last like big movie was The Rainmaker with Matt Damon and many other people. Like it was a big star-studded cast. After he made like Dracula and Godfather Part 3 and shit like that. But his first like really big budget movie in a while is coming out, I think either next year or the year after that, and it's going to be called Megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
And it's going to have Adam Driver in it.
I'm interested.
I am too.
So it's just
It's
so
like
Megalopolis just means big city.
right. He's essentially
Is
like
it dystopian future-esque?
I think so. I think that essentially, like in this world, there is a city that is being built that is bigger than other cities, because of something that happened that this needs to go on.
So
Okay.
is it like a precursor to like Judge Dredd?
Maybe. I don't know. Is Megalopolis and Judge Dredd or no?
I don't know if they use the phrase, but they're big cities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a giant city.
Yeah. True.
You've
true.
seen Judge Dredd.
Yeah, true. I am the law.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the law.
That's the guy.
I fucking love that movie. I know people are just like, oh, the Carl Urban one. It's like, no.
Or like the city of Cincinnati and
I want the shitty
in
Stallone
Ready
one.
Player
Thank
One.
you. I've never seen that movie.
It's fine.
Is it?
It's fine.
I heard it's just
People liked it way too much.
late stage Spielberg,
It's fine.
like Bridge of Spies.
It's like, okay, dude. I'm going to give it a 3, I think, probably.
A 3. Okay, so that tells me that it's like total middle of the road, like not good, not bad.
There are moments where it drops below, moments where it jumps above, so I'm just going to give it a 3.
Yeah, that's literally how it is for Amazing Spider-Man, because like there are like total like spots where I'm just like, that looks cool. Like when he first like gets the abilities and stuff like that, and like shit starts sticking to him, and he accidentally beats up a fuck ton of people in like a subway car, cause like like the pole that's like in the middle like sticks to his hand, and he's just like, what do you say? Oh my god, oh Jesus. Like he's just like, I think it's really funny and like kind of like slapstick and shit. But then the rest of the movie sucks.
Just that one scene.
Yeah, but that one scene is so good. No. The rest of the movie's just like,
As I recall,
kinda
the
middling.
like big bad guy in Ready Player One
Yeah.
looks like Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising, but never once says "nanomachines, son," which is very disappointing.
to make America great again. I cannot
even-
believe he said that in that game in 2015. Like many years, like a year. Well, actually,
Not
it was-
many years.
but still, a year, like a good portion before this was even a thought. It's almost like Trump was just like, yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That reminds me, there's this one John Mulaney bit that fucking kills me every time. It's just like, Donald Trump lives like a rich person that like a homeless person envisioned, you know what I mean? Like his version of a rich person, you know what I mean? It's almost like if just a regular person came up to a homeless person and like asked them what he thought a rich person looked like, and he was just like, thank you, homeless man, that is how I must live my life. Like he took advice like a little bit too hard and was like, oh, I'm gonna put my name on billboards and I'm gonna have a television show where I fire people. That's what billionaires do.
I mean, that's what they do now.
Just the most cartoon fucking bullshit ever. Oh my god.
He is a bad cartoon character, isn't he?
He is. He's like Wile E. Coyote if he actually hated Mexicans and not just for the show. Which one's the one that doesn't like Slowpoke Rodriguez?
Wile E. Coyote chases after Roadrunner all day.
Right.
Is Roadrunner Mexican?
I don't fucking know.
Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
You gonna try and catch up with him and ask him?
Oh, hell no. Roadrunner's fast.
Exactly. Respect their boundaries. I don't even know Roadrunner's pronouns, goddammit.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I have genuinely no idea.
Yeah, I have not a clue. Roadrunner, if you watch this podcast, could you just, clue us in? You know what I'm saying? We're huge fans. Unless you're not a huge fan.
I don't see why not, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would call myself a huge fan, but I'm a fan. Definitely.
Well, I'm a huge fan. And if I speak for both of us when I say that we're huge fans.
Yeah, I think my favorite Looney Tune is probably Marvin the Martian.
His name really is Marvin, isn't it?
His name is genuinely Marvin.
Motherfucker's really named Marvin, huh? His mom was just like, I could name you, but I won't.
But I won't. I'm gonna name you Marvin.
I'm gonna name you Marvin. No, that's your name now. And he was just like, oh, thank you.
No, what happened was his mother gave birth, and then his parents were like, time to put him in the Naminator. And then it messed up.
Just like him?
And then it messed up. There was a loose wire or something, and it shot him with the name Marvin. And they're like, what the fuck is this?
And that's why Elon Musk's kid is named what it's named, because that one was the checks and balances.
That all billionaires use the Naminator.
Oh, no. And his baby was going to be named Marvin, but it got fucking flipped.
Yeah, it just took some time for the timeline to catch up.
True, yeah. Space-time continuum. Yeah. This show's Supernatural.
I've never seen that show.
Neither have I.
People are like really big fans of that show.
Yeah, they like the characters being gay.
The characters are brothers.
Huh? Yeah, I know. You have no idea how many people that I know that like fucking Supernatural that are just like, I want them to fuck, and it's like that's not okay. They're literally
brothers.
It's like that is not. Okay.
I don't know a lot about Supernatural, but I know that's the case.
Oh no, yeah, I 100% agree with you. I agree. It's like, no, yeah. People are not okay.
Gross.
World we live in is quite something. Anyway.
Gross. Quick, say something else to get that out of my mind.
I see. Did you know that...
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow. That when monkeys, when they clip their toenails...
Monkey D. Luffy.
They do it... little toe first up to big toe.
I don't think monkeys clip their toenails.
Why do you have to fucking poke holes in my logic? You just told me to say something and get that one thing off your mind.
Well, yeah, but I don't think monkeys clip their toenails.
Yeah. I know. I was lying.
There have been some monkeys observed in the wild doing suspiciously human-like behavior in, Japan or some crap.
Yeah, one of them had a desk job. It's fucking weird. He was like, Janet, I swear to God, Janet.
I need those papers on my desk by Monday.
On my desk. Ooh, Fucking A. I'm going on a banana break.
Yes, Janet, I want you to work through the weekend.
I'm going on a banana break.
Union sanctified banana break.
Hey, take that outside. Hey. No bananas indoors.
No bananas indoors.
Take that shit out back.
Can't you see the sign? Can't you read?
Yeah. The sign just says
it's just a poop bunga. Splatter on a board.
Oh, man. They go in for the monkey Rorschach test. It's like, what do you see here? And it's the shit stain. It's like, George Washington? It's like, I don't even know who that is. God. Yeah. Do you think...
No.
Dude, I just thought of a fucking great idea for a universe. Nobody steal this. I'm going to say it publicly in front of millions. What about a cartoon show where it's only squirrels? Okay, you with me so far? And I know that squirrels don't necessarily eat peanuts. You know what I mean? Like they eat acorns in the wild.
They'll
But
eat
let's play
peanuts.
devil's advocate. They like nuts. Peanuts are nuts. Okay, you know what I mean?
They're not.
Huh?
They're not nuts.
Well, true, but I don't care. Imagine like a high society and it's like a full like planet of like squirrels and shit like that function like we do, but they're squirrels and they worship George Washington Carver because he made the peanut.
This sounds very flawed.
It does. It is.
Is George Washington Carver a squirrel?
I don't think so.
Also, he didn't make the peanut. I just want to make sure.
I thought
you
he did. I
understand.
thought he
No.
was like. I thought he was literally just like sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Chemical X.
Peanuts.
No,
No. He did not do that.
he didn't make the peanut. No,
No. Okay. But did he synthesize it?
I don't know.
When you use big words, it makes it sound like you're right.
I'm really not sure what his contribution to the peanut was. I know
I heard
had
that he
some
did.
contribution,
Yeah. I know that he's the peanut guy.
but he didn't like make peanuts.
Yeah. Between him and Mr. Planters, like I mean, they're practically they'd be the gods of this universe. You know what I mean?
I like the Mr. Planter thing more, honestly.
You do? Yeah.
Just because the fact that like you don't.
But I don't know who he is
you
or if
wouldn't-
he's real.
You won't have to.
Yeah.
Like make a squirrel approximation of a real person. You could literally just upload this anthropomorphic nut, and it'll be fine.
I see. Well, oh god, that's terrible. I'm not saying that.
Ooh, speaking of anthropomorphic. So I was out dashing today, right? And there's this car in front of me.
Yeah.
And they have like the pride flag sticker. On
Right,
their
right,
trunk.
right,
And
right.
I was
You
like,
know.
cool, whatever.
As you do. Respect.
But they also have on their the back windshield, a paw print, which is not abnormal. That could just be a pet owner.
No.
No, I'm not done.
No, I
it could
refuse.
just be a pet owner, right?
No.
But this paw print had the rainbow pattern on it. So, okay, here's the thing. There are two options, and only two options.
They're a gay pet owner.
No, hold on. Two options, only two options.
Only two options.
Either they're furry,
Yes.
just any furry.
Which I already thought, but go ahead.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
they're a lesbian dog mom. You know, like the type of person that makes owning a dog their personality. And they treat the dog as if it's their literal child. You see what I'm saying?
I know so many people like that who like aren't
Yeah.
even lesbians though.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. Lesbian dog mom.
Yeah, I do. I've met people like that before too.
But the nail in the coffin was the fact that it was a Tesla. I was like, definitely furry. There's way too much money in the furry community. There's way too much
That's
money in
fair.
the furry
They're probably
community.
commissions artists. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah.
they make their money drawing furry porn on Twitter.
That's fair.
Maybe not Twitter because
That's very
you
true.
know the Musk man. But
Oh, he's going nuts. I'm not even. I was like thinking about talking about that, and I was like, I'm not even gonna touch that.
I mean, I
Between
really
that
don't
and like the
touch it.
World Cup shenanigans with like everything that's going
What's
on
going
in
on with the
Qatar,
World Cup?
huh? It's being set in Qatar.
So
It's like the worst
they play
country
a lot
ever.
of soccer.
Huh? Yeah.
So
That's what you
seems-
do in a country where everything's illegal.
What do you mean everything's illegal?
Huh? They don't allow press.
Wait, how are we supposed to watch the World Cup?
So they allow press from outside if you can prove that you're press from the outside. But
don't
they don't have
understand.
press in Qatar.
What do they do for news?
They don't.
How do they watch the World Cup?
They go there.
I mean, outside of it being in, like when it was in Rio, how did they watch it?
I don't fucking know. Oh, I think they have televisions, but I don't think any of them have anything to do with like news.
There is no news. There is no war in Qatar.
Yeah, it's like fucking Boxing Say or some bullshit. So like I saw a video the other day of these guys from like I think either CNN or BBC and stuff like that, and they were just like, "We're here at the World Cup, blah blah blah," you know, it's starting in a couple hours and shit. And then these guys in like this fucking golf cart, like show up, and they're like dressed up in like high vis jackets, and they're just like they're like saying shit in like I don't know what language they speak. It's
Arabic.
like, probably Arabic or something like that.
Some dialect thereof.
but like there was a translator with him and stuff like that, and he's just like, yeah, so the World Cup starts in an hour, so like you guys don't need to be here yet. And he's just like, well, what do you mean? We're doing like pre-coverage and stuff like that. And he's just like, right, but like you're doing coverage for the event and like nothing else. So we're gonna have to ask you to leave.
Huh.
And they're just like, what? Like the reporter was like not comprehending what was going on.
I mean, it's not very common in the Western world.
It's like, what do you mean exactly?
This is how we make our living.
And then my dad was telling me about this fucking documentary that he was watching about how like corrupt the fucking FIFA organization is, and like the guy who runs it, like
Did he
like
accept some oil bribes to put the World Cup in Qatar?
Yes. He accepted many things to put the World Cup in Russia last time.
I didn't even know the cup was in Russia last year.
Yeah. Or maybe it'll be upcoming, but like I think it was in not last year, but last 4 years and stuff like that ago. And then fucking apparently like Putin threatened his family. It's like, if you don't fucking put the World Cup here, you can, it'd be a shame.
Why does Putin care about the World Cup?
Ian,
is Putin a soccer fan?
No. Here's the thing. It does not matter that it's soccer. Okay, you have to think about the logistics of this. Okay.
Right, okay.
When a country gets the World Cup, it costs them about maybe $32 to like $50 million to build an adequate stadium for such an event if they don't already have it. Okay.
Sure. I feel like it's common practice to build a new one.
Right. You know what I mean?
Like if it came to America, they would build a new stadium. They would just put it in the Lakers.
Go ahead and add like a good like 20 million on top of that for like all the other bits and bobs you need. Okay.
Housing, stuff like that.
Things of that nature. Okay. When the World Cup happens, the amount of merchandise, ticket sales that it generates for that country, because the country who gets it gets, I think, about 60% of all profits from it, because FIFA is just, they're just licensing the event out. They don't actually need all that money. They're essentially just being like,
they're a pimp.
Yeah, 100%. They're the soccer pimps of the world and shit like that. And I mean the world. And I like it's not even like the World Cup that they're in charge of. They're in charge of all of soccer. Mm-hmm. If you have a soccer exhibition with players that you are paying money, if FIFA does not see any of that money, you will be put into prison. They are like a fucking mafia of sports. It is fucking insane. It
boggles the mind that so many people like soccer anyway.
Well, here's the thing I was saying. Okay, so as soon as the World Cup comes to a country and it is announced and stuff like that, and people buy tickets and go there, it is an automatic $60 billion worth of profit.
It's crazy.
Automatic.
It's just soccer,
and that has nothing to do with television rating views. Stuff that happens when they get there, concessions that are being bought at said events. It is automatically $65 billion of profit on top of what they have spent.
It's just soccer.
It is fucking insane, Ian.
Why do people like soccer this much?
Putin literally said, how much do you need for us to make this happen?
I'm invading Ukraine next year,
and
so if you could just...
yeah. You just get us in everybody's good graces. I really could use this, stuff like that. And like the guy from FIFA, like the president of FIFA is just like, 100 million? And he's just like, he just looks at his assistant and he's like, cut a check. It was that simple. And I'm like, fucking hell. But it's insane. It was so fucking insane. Here's the crazy thing and stuff like that. So like the United States thought that they were going to be receiving the World Cup. You know what I mean? Like they were highest when it came to like bidders for the World Cup.
Why would they even put it here?
Huh? I don't know.
Nobody in the United States cares.
Well, yeah. But Ian, the money. I told you it's not about the soccer.
I swear to God.
Anyway,
if the World Cup comes to the United States and they don't call it soccer on international television, I'm gonna flip my lid, dog.
Football.
If I have to listen to an American broadcaster say football and not mean The classic American.
The World Cup's been in America before. They said soccer before.
Good.
Yeah, they had one in L.A. and they were like, "Look, it's a soccer, haha."
Good.
I don't know if everywhere else will have to deal with that. They'll probably have to suffer the wrath. You know.
Did I tell you about where we get the word soccer from?
No.
The British.
Really? That's really funny. Actually, no, you did, because you sent me one of those etymology videos and shit like that. Yeah.
We got it from the British.
But
it was literally their fault, and now they're seething that we still use it.
Essentially, like the United States, like Obama thought, like we were gonna get it because we had put in the highest bid, you know, for like the thing, and we have like you also have to think about
Obama, no.
the infrastructure, like roads, planes, you know, ways of getting in and out, you know, housing
America's
the venue
up
and stuff
there.
like that.
Yeah.
Like these are all considered and stuff like that. And like the worst country bidding wise for that was Russia, and they got it. So Obama said to the fucking
Obama, no.
what was it? Either the IRS or like the fucking CIA and shit like that, and just like investigate that shit.
The IRS only has anything to do with taxation.
Okay, fair enough. So it's one of those
Internal
motherfuckers.
Revenue Service.
Either way, it's one of those motherfuckers. It was like FBI or something. It was like one of those motherfuckers that
He called it the alphabet soup.
You don't want to mess with them when it comes to their investigative skills. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like as soon as you call them in, you are fucking done. You know what I mean? And like that's how all the shit got unearthed.
You'd like to
about,
think
like,
so, but the FBI is in shambles.
Yeah. But that being said, they were just like, all right, let's find out who the big guy over in America is with this shit. You know what I mean? Let's bust him, and then we'll give him a plea deal and be just like, either you go away for a long time, or you fucking go to fucking big boss guy. You know what I mean? And like find out what's up with everything. And yeah,
Apparently, Republicans have won control of the House of Representatives.
I'm gonna go jump off a building.
Ending 2 full years of Democratic majority.
I'm gonna go jump off a building.
Why?
Huh?
It's all meaningless anyway.
Huh? Yeah, true, but yeah, it's gonna have meaning.
No, it won't. It's all meaningless. Especially since this is the House of Representatives.
Huh? I don't know. What do they do?
Not much, man.
Oh, they like vote on shit?
Legislation.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had.
I could rant for a long time about how stupid the two-party system is.
Oh, yeah.
And how people need to shut up.
I could rant for a long time about how stupid the party system is.
What do you mean?
Huh? Well, just have an individual, like a strong individual with like their own thoughts, instead of having like to have a party behind them and shit like that. Like,
no, parties are inevitable because you're always going to want to flock to people who have a like-minded stance on things.
True, but like there should be like new ones cropping up all the time, and like ones that are competitive.
We're
and
not
stuff
disagreeing at all. It's just you're being far too specific yet again.
I don't know.
It's yes, people should come to their own individual conclusions.
Yeah.
But you will always have a party, and that will always be a good thing, because again, groups of like-minded individuals, and also an easy way to identify a politician.
True, but if you have a group of like too many like-minded individuals and stuff like that with too much power, then it becomes a point where like
here's
too much.
Here's the problem. The problem. So like we have two parties.
Yeah.
But they're not two groups of like-minded individuals. Neither party can agree on anything internally.
Yeah.
Yet we expect them to get along and agree on things in Congress and such. It's pointless.
Yeah.
It's an entire pointless struggle. There's no point to it.
That's fair.
Republican and Democrat mean nothing to me. They mean nothing to me.
That's fair.
Because they all have the same agenda anyway. None of them have our best interests in mind to begin with.
That's true.
So what does it matter? I don't care if you have an R or a D next to your name. I don't like you.
Yeah. You're a bitch.
The list
you all have
of
a B next to your
politicians that
name.
I actually like is extraordinarily short.
Huh? I like one politician.
Who's that?
If you can't name who this politician is, go
Bernie
ahead.
Sanders.
Yeah, there you go. He's a fucking cool dude.
So I don't like per se, like I wouldn't really vote for him, but I do like him. He is
I
actually
did
on the
vote
list
for
of people I like because he seems like a genuinely good guy.
Yeah. There's
Like-
not enough of those people.
Compared to some of the other schmucks. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's just, I don't know. And then, sorry. I'm not trying to get super political. But
yeah.
the crux of the story is I don't care if you got an R or a D next to your name. You're dumb and stupid, and I don't need you around.
All politics suck. Resurrect. What's his name? Pablo Escobar. Get him to lead shit. It'd probably be better.
Hot take.
Yeah. He was pictured in front of the White House, so we've already got that going.
Got a portrait, yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging right next to Abe Lincoln.
Full television series, like people know who he is. You can get behind him pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Republican Party, if you're listening right now, if you want Mexico to really hate us, have that guy in charge. They fucking hated him.
He caused a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they want full on shit, go ahead.
Also,
dig
do
his
people
ass
genuinely
up.
want Mexico to hate us? I don't.
Huh? Oh well, I'm sure that. Well, why else would they fucking vehemently hate them? When you hate somebody, you should expect to be hated by them.
I don't get why people have such a problem. Because have you ever tried Mexican food?
Huh?
It's delicious.
Have you ever tried Mexican anything or anything from around the world?
You ever listened to Mexican music?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Why are we picking on them?
Literally, the only country that I think is probably worth hating is Russia.
I was gonna say Poland.
Why?
Just because everybody seems to hate Poland. I don't
Who
know.
fucking hates Poland?
Everybody, dude.
Kanye West does.
Why?
There's a lot of Jewish people in Poland?
Not anymore, G.
Huh? Is that not true anymore?
Not since World War II, boss man.
I thought that was another one of those refuge kind of places or something.
No, Poland was taken over 5 times during World War II, and all the Jews were shipped to death camps.
Well, surely not all
Anybody
of
who
them.
was a Jew in Poland now lives somewhere else.
They're like, I'm not going back.
I can almost guarantee they either moved to the United States, the United Kingdom, or Israel. There's
Well, I took the walk to Poland.
That's correct.
Yeah. With that, I think we should wrap it up.
I think he's trying to get me to shut up.
No, I'm not trying to get
rails.
Well, I told everybody to dig up Pablo Escobar and put him on there. There's nothing that you could say that is more controversial than that.
George Washington should have been king.
Oh, end it. End that shit. Mic drop. There you go. Fuck off.